What was the nature of the conversation there? What is Madison prepared to do to try to keep these tournaments in town?
Well, there's a couple of things. First, we've got the issue for the UW with the conflict with the hockey program and its obligation, very legitimate obligation to the both the men and the women's hockey program. But I'm very pleased with what I've seen in terms of the UW athletic department and the Chancellor's office revisiting this and balancing the needs of the UW athletics with a state need, which is the thrill and excitement for a family, for a kid to come to the state tournament. In terms of the city, we want to work with the organization and just make sure we host the best high school basketball tournament in the country. There is no substitute for the Kohl Center. That's the place. That's where the kids want to be. That's where their families want to be. We've got Madison businesses that are very supportive, and I'm hopeful that we'll see a continuation of the tournament in Madison.
As far as facilities go, though, was the Kohl Center the only one that your group
Well,
brought up?
what we mentioned and what we provided is that if there continues to be a conflict, the Alliant Energy Center is available, which means that the tournament can still stay in Madison.
And in terms of enticing them with, because obviously the Kohl Center and the Coliseum or the Alliant Energy Center are ones.
There are details that would need to be worked out in terms of pricing, in terms of contracts. There's the issue of tying up both facilities at the same time, but only using one. What happens then with an unused contract? These are details that we can work on.
Were either the UW or the county, and I suppose the city might be attached to that, willing to make any commitments in terms of improving those facilities?
Long term, we know that the county is committed to making significant improvements to the Veterans Coliseum at the Alliant Energy Center. And as I told folks in the county executive's office last week, we're very supportive of that. In fact, there'll be a couple of city staff people serving on the new committee that will be working on the long-range plans for the facility.
Can they move fast enough, though, to meet the WIA's needs?
I think so. Not with a complete change in the facility, a 20-year change. But I think there's some things that can be done in the short term if that facility comes into play.
So if you were to gauge the tenor in the room now, is it 50-50 that there might be a change here? Or?
I met a lot of these folks for the first time today. I'm not in a position to judge.
Okay.
What were some of the things that, I assume they probably had some questions for you, what did you get a feel in terms of some of their concerns?
A big part of their concern is cost. Cost to them as an organization, and also the cost to the kids and their families of attending a 3 or 4 day event in Madison. But another concern that they have is one that doesn't have a dollar sign attached to it. And there is just no substitute for going to state. And when you say going to state, it means only one thing, and that's playing on the hardwood of the state university.
So what's next for you
What's
in this
next?
process?
We sit and wait for them to give us a call back, and then we talk. Okay?